Welcome back, my fighter. Happy to be here with you. Now, today we're going to be focusing on your kicks, okay? So let's focus on first loosening up those hips. We're going to start here about hip width apart, bringing it down. Let's begin with the spine because there's a lot of rotations going on with kicks. Left hand inside the left knee, right palm on top. Now, without wiggling those knees, all I want you to do is open up and bring it back down. Focusing first on your thoracic rotation. Keep those hips still. Try not to move them. Let's go for 3. Let's go 2. And 1 more. Bring it back down, and now simply just switch it over to the other side. And open and close. Exactly. Only focus on your breath here. Let's go for 2 more. Last one here. And down. Now I want you to interlace your fingers together, bring them over back to the left side. Now what you're going to do is pivot with that back foot and bring those hands up towards the ceiling. Bring it back down. Let's stay on that same side and push through with power. Bring it back down. As you pivot, the ball of your foot, you begin to rotate to the side. Let's go for 2 more. 1 more. And like again, we're going to switch over to the other side and pivot. There we go. A little power. Pushing through the ground. Let's go 2 more. 1 more here. And bring yourself back to center. Open up to a giant X. Right hand reaches for the left toe. Left hand reaches for the right toe. Do your best to keep your spine nice and straight. Let's go for 2 more. Last one. And now let's take it under to a triple tap down the center. 1 in the front, the middle, the back. Exhale, back up. 1, 2, 3. Once again, try your best to keep your back flat so we can target those hamstrings. Now, let's do 1 more time. 1, 2, 3. And stand tall. Now bring those feet a little bit closer in. Hands on the hips. We're going to do some gate openers. Right knee first. Let's bring it up, out, and now draw a circle behind you. That's it. We're going to do the same thing on the left. Up, out to the side, big circle around. That's it. Now let's alternate. Whoop. Focus on your stability. Up and out to the side. I hope you're excited to learn how to kick. Now remember, it's all about repetition. Okay, so watching this video once isn't going to make you an expert. I'm still not an expert, and I've been doing kickboxing for more than 4 years. So just practice, 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 and have patience. Now let's do some more dynamic movements here. We're going to do a high kick. Do your best to get the leg all the way to the top, as if you're doing a little crunch in the center here. If you need to, if your back is a little tight or your hamstrings feel a little tight, you can gently bend the knee, no problem. Or if you can, let's go full out. Nice. Now we're going to do the same thing, but the opposite direction. Hands go on your hips, lean slightly forward, keep the legs straight. And I want you to think about kicking your heel to the ceiling, like that. Let's go for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now, let's open up those feet just a bit wider now. Hands behind the head. Tuck in your pelvis and sink it straight down into some body-weighted squats. Breathe. It's going to be pretty fun. Let's go for 2, 1. Now let's go back down. Hold at the bottom. Try to separate your feet a little bit wider and point them out like a sumo. And then bring your elbows under your knees. All I want you to do is shift from side to side as you push the knees open. Just getting a little more mobility in those hips and ankles, okay? Let's go for 3, 2, 1. Now grab onto your toes and don't let go. Your head's gonna go down, your butt's gonna go up. All the way up, all the way down, all the way up, all the way down. Making sure that we have good mobility in our body before we train is crucial to the quality of our training. So make sure you get your warm-up in. Let's go for 2 more. Last one here. And bam. Now let's go back into that squat 1 more time. This time what I want you to do is you're going to walk it out. I'm going to turn around so you can see me. And go down into a cobra. Pelvis on the ground, deep inhale. Now let's bring it back to child's pose. Push your butt back. Press your chest down. Good. Now bring that left arm under and through the belly. Bring it back to center. Other side. Back to center. And now we're going to focus one last time on the hips and we'll get started on the kicks. Right side only. keep the knee bent and only draw big circles, okay? Big circles forward. Go as high and as wide as you can with those circles. Now in just a few seconds, we're gonna switch it up to the opposite direction. Make sure you're not bending those elbows. Keep yourself straight and switch it up. Same knee, opposite direction. Let's go here for 4, 3, 2, and switching it out. So now you're gonna do your other side. I'm gonna switch over so you can see me. And big circles here. Keep your spine as even as possible, meaning try not to arch, right? That's not what we want. We want a nice flat back. And now let's take it to the opposite direction here. Good, we're gonna go for 3, 2, 1. Now last thing here, downward dog. Let's push our butt up. There we go. Now I want you to focus on your calves, so I just want you to bend one knee and dig the opposite heel down. And then switch. And switch. Go for 3, 2, and 1. Now gently, let's walk it up. Shoulder roll it back. All right. Now that our body is ready to go, I want you to first find your bag, okay? So we're gonna be right here. Now, as I told you in the previous video, we have 2 stances for kickboxing. There is your right-handed dominant stance, right? Which is the left foot forward, right foot back. This is known as orthodox stance. Or we have the opposite, which is the right foot forward, the left foot back, which is southpaw, which for left dominant people. All right, so now we're getting ready for our kick. So let's go over to our bag. We're gonna start with left foot forward, right foot back, just because I'm right hand dominant. So this is gonna be known as orthodox stance, okay? Now, before we begin our kicks, we have to understand the chamber. The chamber is essentially the load of the kick. That's what we call it. It's simply bringing your knee up towards your chest. This right here, this action, is called a chamber, all right? It's the preload to your kick. So we're gonna start here. Let's begin with some chambers. It's almost like a knee strike. So remember, hands are up at the temple. Feet are nice and wide apart, like you're in 2 train tracks. Remember, this is the tightrope, which is not what we want. We want to be nice and wide on the stance. Now that we're here, I want you to think about bringing your knee up into your chest. As your knee comes up, your elbows are going to rotate to the right side of that same knee, okay? So check it out. Knee comes up, elbows rotate, we bring it back into center. I'm still on my stance. All right, keep those hands up. Let's do like 5 here. Bring the knee all the way up. And back down, and back down. You're trying to keep that foot nice and stable. Remember to bend your knees so you have stability. And now check this out so you can see me from the side. My knee's gonna come up, and I lean back into the knee, right? I point the toes down, making sure that I'm squeezing my abs. Let's go for 2 more. The higher and closer you can get that knee to the chest, the better and cleaner those kicks are gonna look, okay? So that right here is our chamber warm-up. Now that we have the chamber down, let's begin with the front kick. Pretty simple kick. I want you to think about when you've been so pissed off that you just wanna knock down a door, all right? That's basically what a front kick is when you're pushing through the ball of that foot straight through your body, okay? So let's begin with left foot forward, right foot back. First thing that I like to teach is let's get some room over here. If you try to go directly into your front kick without loading your kick first, you're gonna have a difficult time trying to extend that leg here. We're a little too close there. So we're gonna measure our distance with our arm. Hand comes back to the temple. Now in order to load your front kick, let's slide the front foot back. So we're gonna slide it back. Now let's bring up that right chamber because we're gonna do our right foot first. So right chamber comes up. Now the next step here is making sure that we expose the ball of the foot, which is this guy right here. All right, there's a misconception. You don't want to hit with the heel. That can actually bring your hamstring to a very uncomfortable position. We don't want to, extend that hamstring. So let's bring it back here. I want you to think about coming up and out through the ball of your foot. Keep in mind, it's not your toes touching the bag, okay? It's the ball of your foot. So curl your toes to your body and extend through the bag. So we're here again. We're going to go ahead and load, slide the foot back, bring up the chamber and thrust through. Bring it back to center. We bring that left foot back, okay? We're going to do 5 strikes with that front kick. Once again, we're going to slide back. Knee chamber comes up and thrust and come back in. That's 2, all right? Now I want you to go a little bit harder, one after the other, 5 times, okay? 1, 3, 2, 1, let's go. Slide, push, reset. Slide, push, reset. Try your best. That's 3. So keep your hands up. Cover that face for 4 and 5. All right. So there's our 5 strikes on the front kick. Now remember, what we do to one side, we have to do to the other. So let's go ahead and switch it up. Put that right foot forward now. It's going to be the same exact thing. We're going to move a little quicker this time. So again, it's going to be 5 front kicks. This time it's on the left side. Hands are up. Measure your distance. Make sure you're tapping distance here. Let's load the foot. Let's move it back. Chamber comes up. Expose the ball of the foot. And thrust that foot forward back into stance. So again, slide. Back in. Slide. Back in. Do your best to keep those hands up. This is probably the hardest habit to keep up with. Come on, let's go for 2 more. Let's 1 more. And set. Okay, now let's put these babies together, shall we? Feet hip width apart. Hands are going to cover your face. We're going to alternate right here. Now you're going to notice your body wanting to slide 1 foot back. Follow it naturally. We're going to do 10 kicks, okay? Hands up in 3, 2, 1. Get that knee up and close to the chest. And go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Get that chamber up. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right. And reset. So we got the front kick covered. Now we got to go into the side kick. Now, side kick can be a little bit hard just because it requires some stability. So let's go ahead and begin. Put your right foot forward this way. We're going to start with the right foot this time, okay? So I want you to measure your distance. Stand parallel to your back. This is how I like starting out for a side kick, especially if you're just learning it. So feet hip width apart. Give yourself some space for stability. Now I need you to give me a mini squat, like a quarter of a squat, so butt sits back. Remember not to let your knees go forward. That's a big no-no. We want that butt back here. Now, again, we're measuring our distance. We're sitting the butt back. This is when the chamber is going to come into play, okay? The leg closest to your bag is going to be doing your chamber. The way that I want you to do your chamber is you're going to bring your knee in towards your belly button this way, okay? So we're here. Chamber is going to come up to the belly button this way. You're going to come in at an angle, okay? Try not to come out to the side. That's when we get hit with that bone right here in our hip bone, and we lose range of motion. So we want to go in with the socket of the hip. So we're here. Again, knee comes in towards the belly button, almost like the cross to our chest. So we're coming up. Now this time, your point of contact is actually going to be the heel. So let's go ahead and flex the heel out, point the toes down. See how much stability we need right here? Now what I want you to do is go all the way straight out, toes out, down to the ground. Okay, so that's our side kick right here. Making sure the toes are down, right? Or if you can keep the toes parallel. Do not point the toes up. Very bad for the groin, not very comfortable. So once again, let's try this out. Teeny squat, chamber comes up towards the chest, heel goes out to the side. Now in order to return, I need you to come back exactly the same way you came from. You're gonna bring your knee right in, all the way, and then drop it down. So let's bring this back in, okay? So a little squat, chamber up, hit out, bring it back in, come back down. Take it slow. We're gonna go slow 5. We're gonna pick it up for 5, okay? Now, squat, chamber, release, return, reset. Again, squat, chamber, release, return, reset. Okay, that's 2. Again, up, out, in, down. Up, out, in, down. Let's do 2 more. Notice how I'm keeping my hands close to my body as well. The closer you are to your body, the easier it's going to be to control it. Abs are squeezing. 2 more times. Up, out, in, down. 1 more time. Up, out, in, down. Okay. Now let's try to go a little faster. Only 5. On you. Ready? On 3, 2, 1, go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I hope you were looking at your bag when you were doing that. If you didn't, redo that. Okay, now we gotta do this on the other side. Now, obviously, I'm not gonna give you my back, so I'm going over to the other side, okay? Right here. Let me scooch over my bag. All right. Once again, one side is not, our bodies are not symmetrical. Let me just begin with that. Our bodies are not symmetrical. Plus, you're probably gonna be more dominant on one side than the other anyway. So, patience is key when you're learning something new. Let's go ahead and measure our distance on the opposite side. Arms length away. Let's check our cues. Feet are about hip width apart, right? We're gonna bring in that tiny little squat, booty back. Now, Again, this is when we bring our knee up and in towards the belly button. Remember, it's coming up at an angle. This is no. This is yes, okay? So again, measure. Squat down. Bring the knee up. Heel out to the side. Making sure your toes are pointing down or to the side. Definitely not upward, okay? So we're here. Now we're gonna come back in, chamber to belly button, and then bring it back down. Once again, the higher and closer that knee is to your belly, the cleaner those kicks are gonna feel and look. So again, up, out, in, and down. Reset. Up, out, in, and down. Again, let's do 3 more. Up, out, in, down. Let's 2 more. Up, out, in, down. Last one. Again, up, out, in, and down. All right. 5, speed. All on you, okay? On 3, watch your chamber. On 2, measure distance, and go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Even I'm a little bit better on the other side than I am on the other. Who knows? You know, it's all about listening to our body and practicing. So we got 2 kicks out of the 3 out. Let's start with our last one, which is the roundhouse. This is probably my favorite one. Okay. Honestly, it's because it makes you look like a badass instantly. So let's go ahead and start with the left foot forward and the right foot back. This is when you really have to be crucial about the distance, all right? If your feet are in a tight grip, little rope, you're not gonna have much balance and you're not gonna be able to move too much. So check the feet, okay? Make sure those feet are nice and stanced up. Now, let's go ahead and measure our distance out. Same stance, guys. Left foot forward, right foot back, my friend. Bring those hands into the temple. Okay, measure your distance. You're not too far. Now, I want you to think about your bag. That's 12 o'clock, all right? 12 o'clock, front and center. Now, your foot, the left foot, the one in the front, it's gonna be one of the sticks measuring the time, all right? Right now, you're pointing to 12. What I need you to do now with your left foot, remember, we're starting with the left foot forward, is you're gonna load your left foot 9 a.m., okay? So you're gonna go all the way here to 9 a.m. So not here, not here. I want a big step. So you can see me in the camera. Here's 12. I need 9 a.m., all right? Big step. Don't be shy about it. So now, once again, after we do our load, we have to follow up with the chamber. As we all know, the chamber is the knee that comes up towards the belly button into the chest, right? So now we're here. I'm gonna start bringing my chamber up. But this time, when you're coming in with the chamber, now we're loaded. I don't want you to come straight up like this, okay? I need you to come up as an angle. So we're here. Here's my bag. My foot opens up. Check out my knee. My knee's gonna come up at an angle. It's almost across the bag, across my own body. So I'm coming up. Bam. All right. Now what I need you to do is bring your knee a little lower than the ankle. So we're gonna bring it down this way, making sure your shin is exposed towards the bag. All right. Then what we're gonna do here is release the chamber by simply extending that leg out. Now we return in. We come back down. And we reset that foot. Okay, let's try this on the bag now. So we're here, we're measuring our distance. I'm pointing to 12. Gonna load up to 9 a.m. Bam, big little step. Bringing up my knee towards my chest at an angle. I begin to twist the knee lower than the ankle, and then I'm gonna go ahead and release into my round kick. And then we reset. Let's try this out. Let's put it all together. Don't pause, just let it flow, okay? We're gonna do 5. Always reset your foot. So let's start together. Let's do 1. And open. That's 1. Again, open. That's 2. Reset. 3, 4, 5. Good. Once again, if you're hitting here, we're doing something a little wrong. So make sure that when you're coming in, you're exposing that shin towards the bag, okay? Now, we're gonna try this a little bit faster this time. I want 5, one after the other. Try not to stop. Always making sure that you reset that foot. Again, on 3, 2, 1, and go. 5, reset. 4, reset. 3, 2, 1, and reset. Breathe. Let's take it over to the other side. You're gonna put your right foot forward now. Let me move my bag again. Oh my God. There we go. Measure your distance. Focus on your footwork. Where are they? Are they back next to each other, or are they nice and wide apart? That's where I want you. So measure distance. Hands are here. Once again, this time, right now my right foot is pointing to 12. I need you to move it to 3 p.m., okay? Once again, don't make it a shy little step. I want a nice big step so your body can rotate, okay? So we're here. We're gonna open. Now our knee comes up across our chest for the chamber, right? Now we gotta lower the knee, making sure the ankle is a little bit higher, and then we allow to release the shin into the bag, okay? We return, we reset the stance, making sure I have a wide stance here. Again, measure. We're gonna step open, bring up the chamber, twist the hip, and snap the kick. Let's go for 5, all right? Here we go. Measure, step, kick, reset, measure. Step, kick, reset, measure. We got 3 more. Hup. 1 more. Yes, now let me do this in front of the camera so you can see the rotation on my hips. So we're here, I'm measuring the distance. I open the kick, watch my leg come up. Notice how I twist my hip into the kick, all right? You gotta twist that last little motion. You can't just swing your leg there, okay? We gotta twist the hips. So let's try this 5 more times. Measure that distance. Remember to step that foot open and return it. Don't get lazy on me. All right, here we go. On 3, 2, 1. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right. So let's do a little review here. Let's start with those front kicks. Ready? Final finale here. Feet hip width apart. Make it easy. We're gonna start with front kicks in 3, 2, 1. Give me 10. 10, 9, 8. Keep those hands up. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Awesome. Let's measure out. Left side kick 5, right side kick 5. Ready? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Switch it over. I'm gonna have to give you my back for a second. Ready? On 3, 2, 1. 5, 4. Make sure you're looking where you're going. 3, 2, 1. And finally our round kicks. Now, these guys we can alternate. Hip width apart. So let's say I'm gonna kick first with my right roundhouse, and my feet are like this. So you're loading your feet from the stance. Open the foot here, round kick. Open the foot here, round kicks. You're twisting to the sides, okay? Feet hip width apart, open the foot. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, my fighter, that pretty much sums it up. So, I want you to practice both your punches and your kicking, because next video we're gonna put them both together, all right? See you next time.